Okay, Pookies, chapter 16, The Girl. The girl sees Jules wave. In a reckless moment, she waves back. Frightened by what she's done, she ducks into the shadows. She still isn't sure she wants Jules to see her. After a while, she crosses the room and looks at the paintings. She's been avoiding them. They make her both sad and angry, a strange mix, she thinks. Slowly, she turns the ones facing the wall around so that she can see the man and the woman. She stares into their painted eyes. They want to speak to her. They have something to tell her, something important. She waits patiently for them to open their mouths. She's waiting. She's used to waiting. She's used to being patient, but they remain silent. She touches their faces. I'm sorry, I don't remember who you are. They do not answer. Next, she notices a portrait of a yellow-haired girl wearing a pale blue dress. She's sitting in the shade of the tree that has long, drooping branches. Her bare feet dangle over a stream. She holds a doll in her lap. She knows she's been in that exact same place before, but she can't remember when. She stares into the yellow-haired girl's painted eyes. The girl has something to tell her, but like the man and the woman, she doesn't speak. I knew you once, she tells the painted girl, a long time ago. She hesitates, but before what? Before when? She continues to walk around the room looking at the paintings. Many show the same three people. Some are portraits, others show a woman and the girl with yellow hair going about her daily life. She finds several pictures of a house. It might be the one that she's trapped in. Summer, fall, winter, spring, flowers and gardens, and a swing in a tree, snow and bare trees, trees with leaves of golden red. The artist must have lived in this house once. Why else had he painted it so often? The girl studies the landscape. She counts the cows and the sheep in the pictures. Dim memories stir. The smell of hay in the barn, the large brown eyes of the cows, milk spurting into a pail. The scenes comfort her. Last of all, she turns to the drawings scribbled on the wall. They're poorly done, childish and clumsy. They tell a story she once knew but doesn't want to know now. They do not comfort her. She turns away. Her mind is a jumble of half-formed images and memories. Fear hides in the shadows. She wishes she could escape into a dreamless slumber. Chapter 17, Jules. At last it was Tuesday. I got into the truck with Mom. As we drove to Maisie's house, Mrs. Sullivan met us at the door and welcomed us inside. She was tall and plump, and her hair had turned gray already. It was wild and bushy and untamed, and I liked her right away. I'm so glad to meet you, Jules. Maisie's mother gave me a hug. Maisie tells me you love to read. I hope you enjoy those Crestmancy books that she does. Otherwise, you'll be sick to death of them long before you've even read them. I love them, I assured her. After I read the last one, I plan to read them all over again. At that moment, Maisie came chattering downstairs, followed by a little girl. Her sister, I guessed, because she looked just like Maisie and was carrying a suitcase and a pillow. With a huff and a puff, she dropped them on the floor. Hey, Jules, I'm so glad you're here. Are you planning to move in with the Aldridges? Her mother asked. Why? Miss Sullivan laughed. You've packed so much. That suitcase holds 2 weeks' worth of stuff. Maisie looked embarrassed. Well, a person has to be prepared, you know. By now, the little sister was walking around me, studying me in great detail. What's your name? I asked. Ellie. She smiled, revealing a big gap where her front teeth used to be. They both came out at once, she told me. I tripped over a stupid cat and landed on my face, and I swallowed them. Not the cat. I didn't swallow her, just my teeth. But the tooth fairy came anyway, which was pretty nice of her, don't you think? Now, Ellie, Miss Sullivan said, don't talk Jules' ear off. Could that really happen? Could I really talk someone's ear off? Wow, that would be amazing. Maisie gave her sister a not too gentle push. Get lost, Ellie. We're leaving now. Ellie laughed. Don't let the ghosts get you. We'll send them to get you, Maisie said. I'm not scared of ghosts. If I see one, I'll hit him in the nose and tell him to scram. After a round of hugs and a flare of goodbyes, we got into the truck and left for Oak Hill. As soon as Mom parked outside the addition, Maisie jumped out and looked at the old house. She must have taken in every detail. The scaffolding the workmen had erected, the sagging roof, the shutterless windows, the weeds growing tall. Turning to me, she said, this is so cool, like something from a horror movie. I love it. We followed Mom into the addition. I led Maisie into my room. She plopped her pillow down on one twin bed and dropped her suitcase on the floor. Which window is Lily's? I pointed. The little one on the top floor. Maisie stared so hard I expected the glass to break. Can you see her? Is she there? I joined her at the window. We pressed our faces against the glass and willed Lily to appear. We even tried chanting her name softly. Maisie sighed. I've heard that ghosts only appear to people who they want to see them. Well, that could be true. When we first moved here, I was terrified of ghosts, and then Lily came. And you didn't even know she was a ghost at first? Well, when I figured it out, I wasn't scared of her. Maisie smiled. Just think, we'll see her together tonight. We high-fived each other just as Mom called us for lunch, saying Dad's made special grilled cheese sandwiches in Macy's honor. After one bite, Macy told him they were just as good as the tuna melts at Mandy's Cafe, maybe even better. That's a huge compliment, Mom told him. Well, the next time I'm in town, I'll be sure and try one. After we had eaten, Dad asked if we were ready for our tour. Maisie jumped up so fast she knocked over her glass of cola. Mom told her not to worry. Go on. She said, I'll clean it up. Dad unlocked the door and ushered us into the old house. The crew was sitting on the parlor floor eating lunch. Except for their voices, the building was quiet. As Dad took us from room to room, Macy stared at the unfinished walls and the roughed-in stairs. She practically sniffed the air for traces of ghosts. The only things I smelled were sawdust and fresh-cut wood. Dad stopped at the bottom of the stairs. We have more work to do on the second story, but come on up and take a look. The holes in the floor have been patched, so there's no danger of falling through. Upstairs, I walked carefully around several stepladders, but Maisie walked under them as if daring the bad luck to happen to her. We both took care not to trip over tools scattered on the floor and tangles of extension cords snapping everywhere. In the corners, piles of trash waited to be swept up. The crew had left water bottles and soda cans all over the place. Dad took us through 6 large bedrooms. Each one had its own fireplace and several big windows, with views of fields and mountains. Even with the walls stripped of plaster, it was easy to imagine how nice the rooms would have been when Dad's work was done. Maisie pointed dimly at the dimly lit stairway. What's up there? She asked. The hall at the top of the dark. I pictured Lily standing somewhere, her ear pressed against the door, listening to us. Was she afraid of us or eager to meet us? Dad shrugged. Nothing that I know of. We've been hard at work on the first and second floors. A few of the workmen have gone up to take a look, but they couldn't find anything interesting, just more dirt and rotten floors and spider webs. Can we see it? Maisie's foot was already on the first step. Dad shook his head. It's not safe, girls. We haven't even tested the stairs yet. The floor's weak. Maisie and I looked at each other. Tonight we'd see the third floor for ourselves. Once we were back in my room, I showed Maisie the key I'd found in the midden. She examined it with attention to every detail. It's magic, she whispered. I can feel it, like something from a fairy tale. No, Bluebeard, not Bluebeard, I hope. Maisie shuddered, and so did I. Neither of us wanted to find a room full of Bluebeard's dead wives. Together, we'll see if it fits Lily's door, I said. Maisie looked around the room. Where are those dolls that you told me about? I'd love to see them. I left them in the midden, I confessed. They scared me. How can dolls be scary? I put my key back in my box. Wait till you see the bald one, I said. Okay, see you next time.